It is Friday, July 10th of 2020. No drama this time. And I am finally getting around to recording another Guy's Daily Drive. And welcome everyone to Guy's Daily Drive. Oh my. I hadn't really thought I was gonna have to go into work today, but I haven't gone in almost 2 weeks, and there's starting to be a backlog of things that I can only do at work. So here we are. A couple of tech things to talk about. My brother Norman, his wife has, he bought for her a 21.5-inch iMac, and it kind of sat. I think I've talked about this before. It kind of sat for a while because moving to the new computer meant that she couldn't play this one particular game that she likes to play. So she finally did move over, and that's where all the troubles began. There were problems logging in. There were problems getting to her mail. There were problems with opening up applications. Word in particular was so very slow. Now, I'd been going over to his house. This was mostly last year. I'd been going over to his house, and it's about an hour and a half to 2 hour drive each way to try and figure out what was going on. And I tried reinstalling the OS. I tried wiping the machine completely and reloading everything back in, and nothing I was doing was working. And it wasn't until he put on, I think it's called Team Viewer, which is a remote access software. And he put both myself and my brother Larry in there. So this go around, when I started looking at what was happening, I started kind of reaching down into my knowledge as a Mac user and some of the things that I'd heard about but had never had a problem with myself. And I mean, remember, I'm not a Apple Macintosh trained and licensed technician or an engineer or anything along those lines. I'm just a guy who's been doing Apple stuff for a really long time. And I've picked up some tips and tricks over the years. And one of the things that I had heard about when people started having problems was to create a new user and see if the problems followed to that user. And I don't know why I didn't think of this before, because it's pretty common diagnostic for dealing with things like this. It's something that you do, that you try. And if it doesn't work, fine. You just get rid of that other user and you're good to go. Well, Marisa is her account is listed as administrative, which means she has all the rights and privileges. And as I started to think about it, it was like, this goes back, this account and all of the software that has been put in over the years goes back probably 20 years or more. So this account was super old. All kinds of stuff in there that has probably been building up, links to applications that no longer exist. And, you build up cruft after a while. So what I did was I went in and into her account and opened up all of the various folders that she has stuff in to a new user that I had created so that I could access those files as the new user, because the Mac, of course, privatizes everything unless you open it up. So with the new user, I log in, and lo and behold, everything kind of starts working the way it was supposed to. So we think that that's what the problem was, that her user account had just gotten so messed up over the years that it just wasn't working properly. So with that being said, the next step is to make sure that under the new user, she can access her mail and other personal items, address book, contacts, all the rest of that other happy stuff. And come on, what are you doing here, car? Pick a lane. There you go. So she's trying it out right now, and will, over the course of the next few weeks, just make sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to. And if it does, or if it is, then the next step will be to do one more complete backup to include her current user account just in case, and then go in under the new admin user, wipe out her old user account, and then create a new user account with her name and make it like she had it before, but without all the rest of the stuff that was causing the issue. So we may be seeing the end of the road for that problem, which would be a good thing. Now, the other thing that's been going on for me is I installed the Mac OS Big Sur beta on the 2018 MacBook Air that I have. I couldn't put it on the 2013 MacBook Pro because it was an early model and it just wasn't going to work with that model. Oh, this is dipping down. Well, let's move this up. There we go. So the new version of the beta came out, but for one reason or another, it won't install it. And it says that it's not connected to the network, which is nonsense, because I can, from anywhere in the house, go to any website and there's no degradation of speed. And I actually took the laptop and set it up right next to the router and tried doing it from there and had the same problem. So reported that to Apple and haven't heard back from them yet. We'll see what they say. But so far I can't get to the second beta for developers beta for Big Sur, which sucks. And I think that's really all that's kind of going on. You know, everyone is still doing their social distancing. We had Peter and his girlfriend came over Father's Day. Tomorrow, Guy and his girlfriend's mom are coming up from Richmond, and they're going to grab all of Guy's stuff, and they'll be moving into their new apartment there in Richmond. So Tracy and I will be empty nesters again for however long. And that's I think that's going to do it. That's all we're going to talk about today. If you'd like to get a hold of me, my email address is guy@mymac.com. I have 2 Twitter accounts. I have MacParrot and I have VertShark. VertShark.com is where you can go to see all of the stuffs that I do on a regular basis. I put it all over there on VertShark.com, as well as the MyMac Podcast that I do on the weekends. You can find that over at mymac.com. I do that with Gazmaz. The Mac to the Future Go livecast that I wasn't able to do on Wednesday. Things happen. But that's done typically with David Ginsburg and Warren Sklar. What else? If you would like to help contribute to all of the things that I do, number one, I would love if you would send me an email or do a podcast review or any of those happy things. But you can also contribute financially. PayPal.me/MacParrot. Patreon.com/MacParrot. And Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/MacParrot. Help me buy microphones and pay for bandwidth and software that I use for live casting, all kinds of happy things. The other thing you can do to help is go on over to YouTube, where this will be hosted. You might watch it through Facebook, but it's going to be, it's hosted through YouTube. Oh, VertShark over on Facebook. You can subscribe there too. But if you would like to help me grow my channel there in YouTube, just like, share, subscribe. And if you missed it the first time, like, share, subscribe. That's all you got to do. And I would really, really appreciate the fact that you have done so. And thank you for watching and or listening to Guy's Daily Drive today. And I think, maybe I'll do one on the way home. It's going to depend on what's happening. But I will see you next time right here. Bye-bye. Okay, I see some peoples. Hello, peoples. Can't see who you are or what you're saying, but I see that there's peoples. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate that you have taken the time to do so. I'm sleepy. All right. We'll see you guys next time.